Hey, what's up, and welcome to my corner of the internet. So today we're talking about another anime, and this anime, you know what I've realized? I don't think I'm into anime that have been just like created from light novels. I'm just not into it. It's this idea of it's like transferring, I guess, a book into a show and them not doing it well. And unfortunately, if I really think back, a lot of light novels have not been transferred very well, and I've just never really been a fan of it, and I'm realizing it's just a pattern, so like, why do I keep complaining about it when it always happens? And I think this is one of those times where that happened, and I'm just not a fan of it. And the light novel and anime basically that I'm talking about is Beyond the Boundary. So I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with you. I sought this anime out. I missed it, I didn't see it, I didn't know that it was going on, but I thought it was pretty sick from some of the animations. I would see it in all sorts of different AMVs, or I would see it in all sorts of different Sakura videos, and I thought it was sick. I thought it was cool. I thought there was some cute moments. I even like some of the ecchi moments of like talking about the glasses girl and stuff like that. I just thought it all looked cool, and I'm a sucker for a good Sakura. Like anything that's good like that, all those scenes, all those moments, they're just chef's kiss perfection. It fell apart, and here's why I pretty much grew to dislike this anime. And also, let me not get ahead of myself. This anime was cool, and it's by Nagumo Tori. It's 12 episodes, it's from a light novel, and boom, that's where our story begins. We basically have this weird world where basically spirits are able to inhabit our world. They're called the Yoma. Some have a human form, some have different forms, and it's a very interesting and very well-lit world where spirit hunters claim like gemstones out of monsters and they make money off of it, which is kind of a vibe. The story was like genuinely interesting with all its encompassing. It very much had an interesting world. It had interesting powers. Like our main character, you know what, bump that. We have a character that literally fights with a scarf and is obsessed with a sister, which was kind of funny for the most part and a very stoic character, but he had a lot of hilarious jokes. And then we had a main character that was half Yoma and is pretty much immortal. I mean, I say that lightly because it's whatever. And he was funny until like he just got so annoying, especially with the other main character, which is Mirai, who was this girl who came from this cursed spirit hunters family who can use their blood and stuff like that. And what got annoying was it was a very odd way it would go. The story would go from him randomly being stabbed by her and then somehow caring about her. It was a very like jarring switch to him now trying to help her be a part of her life and do things for her. And he had that weird main character anime thing where they care about people for no like reason. And maybe I am just like jaded and I'm like a disgrace of the human race where I just don't think I would immediately care about another human being just randomly who just stabbed me. Which I don't think is that much to ask. The anime just went so left. Like, he went from trying to avoid the world of Yoma, even though he had friends that were basically a part of it, and they have this history of dealing with him and his powers, which I will get to later. We would just get to a point where he is just obsessed with this girl, so into her, and it just happened out of nowhere. It was just like, fam, why do you care? Like before, he was just minding his own business, trying to live a good life, and this girl just brought all sorts of turmoil into it. And now he's like trying to like help this girl so much more for no reason. It was just weird. It didn't even feel like our main like love interest was actually like interesting or someone to be like a part of. She literally just came up and stabbed the guy. Like, what was interesting there? Like, that sounds like domestic abuse. What are we doing here? Other than that, the anime was filled with so many weird moments that just left me just odd. Like, the world was so cool and bright, and the powers, the way there was so much interest in how the society worked with like the money, how so many of the side characters, their moments were so much cooler than all of our characters. And the guy with the scarf, I thought he was so cool and awesome at the same time. Like, there was so many good and cool parts, and the world could have been just shaped a little bit differently, and I would have been such a fan. And don't even get me started on how, like, bullshit a good bit of so many things within this story was. It was just bad writing. It was just weird sometimes. It felt disjointed when it got to the later parts in the later arcs. And dude, don't even get me started on the antagonist. It had this weird tier of like, there's bad Yoma, there's good Yoma, which was an okay angle if we're gonna facilitate it and really go through it. But there was this weird analogous cloud Yoma that was just somehow linked to our main. I don't know. It got weird. The explanation got foggy. And then there was this soul hunter society Yoma guy that was a villain for some reason. I don't know, fam. It got so weird and disjointed with its story that I got really confused. And the story did this half-baked, emotional, oh my god, I have to sacrifice my immortality. The story just got weird. And then basically throughout the entire story, they're fighting with this idea of we got to get rid of all the Yoma, good, bad, or indifferent, or we got to get basically the society of hunters and stuff like that. And it's just odd. It's genuinely odd. Then the anime towards the end does this like fake out death, like she's dead, but she really isn't dead, which is like a pet peeve of mine. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That is like one of the worst writing pieces ever. Like, if you're really gonna write a death, write the death, bro. Like, kill this person. Let them go. Let's just deal with the aftermath of that, or like just understand that their sacrifice meant something towards the story. But God, this story just, it left me wanting more, and it was just bad when it was bad. The writing is just flimsy, and I'm sure it's probably better in the light novel. But I did a good bit of research. I'm tired of feeling as though I'm the only one just like, yo, what the hell was that? And you know what? I'm not the only one that's confused on Beyond the Boundary. And this anime just lacked good direction. Everything was just so disjointed. Everything was weird. The sister, who was like a villain and then kicked off, everything bad to happen, and then it got weird, and there's these family matters. It just felt like each episode got more and more disjointed as they added on more layers, and the anime really suffered for it. Now, here's the piece about what it's good. It looks so pretty. It is so well animated, and the fights where you see the other like Yoma hunters are cool. Some of those scenes, that teacher, she was fire and a cutie. Like, come on. And I think I always have a beef with like Kamburo's powers, because they were just like lackluster, but then they were cool at certain points. I don't know, man. And then his mom was like weird and disjointed, and like another piece of the story that randomly got added towards the end, and she just randomly shows. I don't know, man. But that's just one of my things. I can't. This just proof of one of those animes that looks cool, but just like left me just not liking it towards the end. So this is one of the animes that I think I just genuinely did not like. But anyway, peace. How do you feel? Do you think I'm totally wrong? How do you feel about Beyond the Boundary? Are you a fan of this anime? Do you actually know the story better than I do? You probably do. I won't lie. Most of you probably know way more than I probably do on this anime. But anyway, I appreciate you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and have a great day.